I've been trading full-time for about 7 years now, and I know exactly how frustrating it can be when you're stuck, hopping from one strategy to another, losing trade after trade. Today, I'm going to break down the exact 1-minute scalping strategy that completely changed how I trade. This isn't one of those get-rich-quick strategies. This is a real trading method based on structure, volume, and risk management, something I've personally tested for years. So grab a notebook, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to scalp the market like a professional trader, even if you're trading just an hour a day. What is scalping? Let's start with the basics. What exactly is scalping? Scalping means you're aiming to catch tiny price moves, 5 to 10 pips, sometimes even less, but you're doing it many times a day. The 1-minute chart is perfect for this because it gives you constant opportunities. But it's also dangerous if you don't know what you're doing, because market noise is highest on low time frames. That's why this strategy isn't about guessing or gambling. It's about following structure, confirmation, and controlling emotions. Think of it like this. Instead of chasing 100 pip moves once a week, you're collecting small, precise profits multiple times a day. And if you keep your risk tight, those wins add up fast. The setup? Alright, let's get to the meat of the strategy. We're using a 1-minute time frame, and this works best on major forex pairs like EUR/USD or indices like Nasdaq and SPX, anything with tight spreads and high liquidity. Now, indicators. You only need 2 EMAs and 1 volume indicator. The 20 EMA, exponential moving average, this tracks short-term momentum. The 50 EMA, this shows the broader short-term trend. And finally, the volume indicator. I use the standard one that comes with TradingView. Now here's what you're watching for. When the 20 EMA crosses above the 50 EMA, it signals a potential buy setup. When the 20 EMA crosses below the 50 EMA, it signals a sell setup. But that's not enough. You need confirmation. You only enter after the crossover candle closes in the same direction, and the volume bar confirms momentum. For example, if the 20 EMA crosses above and you see a strong bullish candle closing above both EMAs with a high volume bar, that's your entry signal. Entry and exit rules. Let's talk entries and exits, because this is where most traders mess up. Entry rule: wait for the candle to close above or below both EMAs. No early entries, no guessing. Stop loss: place it just behind the last minor swing high or swing low. Usually that's around 4 to 6 pips away. Take profit. Aim for 1.5x to 2x your stop loss. So if your stop loss is 5 pips, you're aiming for 8 to 10 pips. And here's the magic. You're not trying to win every trade. You just need a 60% win rate with a 1 to 1.5 risk-reward ratio to stay consistently profitable. The key is discipline, not excitement. You're not trying to hit home runs, you're building your equity slowly and consistently. Real chart example. Alright, let's jump to a chart example so you can visualize this. Here's a 1-minute Nasdaq chart. You can see the 20 EMA crossing above the 50 EMA right here. The crossover candle closed bullish, and volume spiked higher than the previous bar. That's a confirmation. I entered at the next candle, set my stop just below this mini pullback, and targeted about 2 times my stop size. Within 3 minutes, price pushed straight to target. That's the beauty of scalping. You're in and out quick, no waiting for hours. Of course, sometimes it won't work. Maybe volume drops or the candle reverses. That's fine. You cut your losses and wait for the next clean setup. Risk management and psychology. Now, I've got to say this. 90% of people fail at scalping not because the strategy doesn't work, but because of greed and overtrading. Scalping looks exciting, but it can destroy your account if you don't control risk. Always use a fixed position size, risk just 1% or less per trade. Never revenge trade, and once you hit your daily target, stop trading. My personal rule is simple. If I hit plus 2% in a day, I close my charts, because staying longer usually means giving back profits. And please, don't trade when you're emotional, tired, or distracted. Scalping requires focus. It's like driving a race car. 1 second of distraction can cost you the race. Tips for consistency. Let me give you some pro tips that made me consistent. Use a stopwatch or trading timer to limit how long you trade. Backtest the strategy at least 50 times before going live. Record your trades. Note down why you entered, exited, and what you felt. Don't trade during major news, spreads spike and volume goes crazy. And most importantly, focus on process, not profits. Alright guys, that's the full breakdown of my 1-minute scalping strategy, something I've refined over the last 7 years of live trading. Remember, no strategy works without discipline and emotional control. If you got value out of this, hit that like button, subscribe for more trading breakdowns, and let me know in the comments if you want a live trading session using this exact setup. And of course, disclaimer, this video is for educational purposes only. I'm not a financial advisor. Always do your own research before trading with real money. Thanks for watching, trade smart, and I'll see you in the next one.